Hello everyone, I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retrosons, and today we're talking about the 1993 film The Sandlot.
Like Brian said in the intro, this movie's from 1993. It's an hour and 41 minutes, and it's a movie about, well, not only baseball, but growing up and a coming-of-age tale, kind of. It's one of the only sports movies I like. I'm not a big sports movie fan unless they're comedies. There's, what is there? Little Giants is a good one. The Sandlot. The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler and Burt Reynolds. There's two different ones.
I haven't seen either of those.
Burt Reynolds is in both of them. He's kind of like a father figure, or not father figure, but like a coach, mentor in the Adam Sandler one. But he's a main character in the original. Maybe we should do a comparison of those two movies at some point.
Yeah, we could do that.
But it's a really funny movie. I mean, there are some serious parts in it.
It's got a lot of good quotes, like the "Killing Me, Smalls." That's a lot of people still say that one to this day.
Yeah, and there's shirts of that one, and you play ball like a girl.
Yeah.
That one's from this.
Yeah, you say that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, like we said, there's some serious parts, like, well, it starts out, the main character, what is it, Smalls?
Yeah, Scotty Smalls.
Scotty Smalls, yeah, he moves to a new state with his family, and he doesn't know anyone, so he has to make friends.
Yeah, but he's not really like a sports type. He's more like a nerd playing with, what is it, Erector set?
Connects, or Erector set or something. Yeah, Erector set is what he calls it in the movie.
Right.
But, anyways, so there's a baseball team. Well, it's not really a team, it's just a group of 8 kids that plays. And they need a ninth to make the team full. Right. And the main kid in the movie, what is it, Jefferson? No, we just watched it too.
Benny the Jet?
Yeah.
Rodriguez?
Benny Jefferson Rodriguez.
Yeah, he's like the leader of the kids who play baseball. He doesn't
really want to make friends with him. He just wants a ninth player, but he invites him to play, and he ends up becoming their good friends, all 8 kids. And in the beginning, they're pretty mean to him. They don't want him to play.
They don't even make him try to hide it.
Yeah.
They just
loudly talking in front of him that he's a loser and he can't play.
And Elsa and Weenie.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, a square. Yeah.
I didn't get it until you mentioned it. Like you pointed out what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also he's trying to get closer with his stepfather, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what to call him. He doesn't know whether to call him Dad or what's his name, Bill.
Bill, I think.
Like yeah. He's always like stumbling over his words when he's talking to him and asking him to teach him to play catch, and that doesn't go so well.
No. He gets a black eye the first time they try.
Yeah. Well, first he can't even catch the ball.
Yeah, he can't like catch or can't throw.
Shies away from it, and instead of throwing the ball, he walks it over to the glove.
Yeah. No. But yeah, once he starts playing,
with the kids in the Sandlot,
Benny the Jet teaches him how to catch and throw.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a pretty good player by the end of the movie.
Yeah, it seems like he gets more confidence and all that too.
One of the parts I really like is when that other team comes up and the 2 kids are like throwing insults back at each other.
Yeah, right.
That's one of the best parts of the movie, I think.
Yeah, what was the one he called him at the end? The pea drinking crap face?
Something like that.
Stuck out. Well, I'd say it stuck out with me, but no. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. But the Sandlot where they play baseball is on like a dog lives on the other side of a fence, and they call it the Beast. And there's a whole backstory with the Beast.
Supposed, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not an actual story, but
just something the neighborhood kids probably made up or heard somewhere from other neighborhood kids.
Yeah.
Right?
Like the whole story is exaggerated. Like the main character is telling the story as an adult, and it's from like a kid's point of view, so it's all exaggerated and bigger than life, and the dog is giant anytime you see it before the end.
Yeah, and they think that people go in there and just get eaten and never heard from them again. So.
But the main problem with the movie is, why can't I remember the kids' names?
Smalls?
Yeah, Smalls.
Well,
Smalls.
Yeah, Benny destroys a ball, right?
Yeah, and they need a ball, so Smalls gets one from his stepdad without asking. and it's signed by Babe Ruth, and he thinks Babe Ruth is a woman that gave the dad the ball for no reason and signed it. He calls him Baby Ruth.
Yeah. But then at the end, when they're talking to James Earl Jones' character, he knows who Babe Ruth is. He seems to have quite a understanding of him. Like,
he must have looked him up after that.
Must have, yeah.
But anyway, there are some big names in it. Like you said, James Earl Jones is in there, and the woman that plays Marion on Indiana Jones.
Karen Allen.
Yeah, Karen Allen. And Dennis Leary's in the movie. Right. He's the stepfather. He's kind of a very cold person in the movie.
He is, yeah.
Like, he's all business. He can't take half an hour to show the kid how to play ball until the wife begs him to.
Right.
But it takes place in 1962, so it's kind of, I don't know. I wasn't alive in the 60s, so I don't know how it was, but maybe that's how it was.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's part of it, because he had to warm up. He was trying to get closer to his stepdad, and maybe his stepdad had to get warmed up to him too.
Yeah.
So it went both ways, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, him and the wife were married for a year. You think in a year's time they would have warmed up a little bit more than they were in this movie?
Maybe. I mean, as geeky and awkward as the kid was at the beginning, you'd think maybe not. Maybe.
I don't know, but I mean, a year's a long time to. Plus, they were dating before that.
That's true, yeah.
And it was like they never met before, and there was just an awkward dynamic between those two, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But again, that could have been exaggerated from the main character's point of view, from Smalls' point of view.
Right.
But by the end, it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
They got closer. They showed him playing catch at the end.
Yeah, Smalls was even better.
Having a good time together. Well, Smalls had played all summer, so.
Right.
And then the swimming pool scene was always funny.
Yeah.
A little over the top, yeah. It was a little over the top now because a kid tried to commit suicide to get a kiss from a girl, which sounds bad, but it's probably not as bad as I'm making it sound.
Yeah,
but as kids, we just thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm. He just jumped into the deep end of the pool not knowing how to swim because the girl was a lifeguard, and it was driving him crazy. Her sitting there, as he said, lotioning and oiling and smiling.
Oiling and lotioning.
Yeah. He just really snapped, and he was making funny faces throughout, too, the smile.
Yeah. And plus, another thing I didn't understand was they didn't have 98 cents to buy a new ball, but when they were trying to get the ball back, they bought a baseball to sign for Babe Ruth. I mean, they had enough money then.
Yeah.
And then Benny the Jet, or whatever his name was, bought sneakers. Like, where'd they get all the money when they didn't have 98 cents to buy a baseball?
I don't know.
He had enough to buy sneakers, he had enough to buy another baseball.
Yeah. I guess the writers never thought about it, and the
it
audience
was
was never supposed
for
to.
Kids, yeah.
Right.
And we never thought of that when we were kids. Like,
no.
But watching it now, that's the first thing I thought of. Like, where'd they get all the money for all this stuff?
Yeah.
But it was still funny. It's a funny movie.
Yeah, it was one of our favorites when we were younger.
Yeah, we used to watch it all the time. Right. Like we said, we don't really like actual sports movies. They have to be like comedies.
Right.
The Mighty Ducks might be another one. I don't really remember those movies, but I remember liking them when we were kids. The first one, anyways.
Yeah, I don't really remember them either. I know they were probably good when we were younger, but didn't stick with us like this one did.
Yeah, this one, another one I mentioned earlier, Little Giants.
Yeah, Little Giants was a good one.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
I kind of remember
that's
that one
about football,
better.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's the same idea, like they're getting a football team together, though.
Like a bunch of kids that can't play?
Yeah, they don't make the actual team, so they're getting the team together. And then they end up playing Married with Children. He's the main coach.
Ed O'Neill?
Ed O'Neill, yeah.
You're good with names.
Yeah, I'm horrible with names. And Rick Moranis is the other coach. They're brothers.
Oh, and
Ed O'Neill has the actual team, and all the misfits Rick Moranis takes on, and then they play each other at the end. But it's a pretty good movie.
Who wins?
I don't remember.
No.
I'm not going to ruin it here. We might do a review on that. I don't have that movie, so I'd have to get it, but it is a good movie. Would
Happy Gilmore fall into that category of a sports movie that's not really a sports movie?
I don't know.
Hockey and golf?
Hockey and golf. Kind of, I guess. That's a really good movie.
It is, yeah.
But again, that's a comedy.
Right. The focus isn't really on the sport. It's more about the characters.
More about the characters.
Which I guess might be to deal with like serious sports movies too. That's not always about just the sport, but
Yeah, but there's something about them I don't
yeah, it just had to be a special kind of sports movie,
yeah.
I guess, to appeal to us.
like a comedy sports movie.
Yeah, like one we grew up with too.
Yeah. I mean, if they had an action sports movie, that might be good.
Yeah.
I don't know how they would.
don't know
Maybe
either.
like Death Race.
Oh,
That's
maybe.
an action sports movie, kind of.
Yeah, I guess
Racing
so.
is a sport,
It's true.
and I like those movies.
Oh,
The
Dukes
first
of-
one, anyways.
Dukes of Hazzard has racing in it. We like that one. It's not a. That's
it's
a comedy.
not like Death Race, though. It's not a race movie.
I know. I'm just being facetious now.
Yeah.
Didn't you say this movie has a couple sequels?
Yeah. Yeah, it has 2 sequels, which aren't half as good as this one.
I don't think I've ever seen those ones.
Yeah. The second one isn't good, and I think the third one is just like a recreation of this one. And there's a couple of characters from this one that are grown up in the third one. If I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure there is.
Any of the same actors in the other ones? Is James Earl Jones in the second one or
I
anything?
don't think so, but maybe. I don't really remember the other 2. I just remember I didn't like them. Well, it's not that I didn't like them. I just didn't like them as much as I like this one.
Of course, nothing can really live up to the original,
Yeah, this one has so much nostalgic value for us. It's such a good movie.
right?
But if you've seen it, let us know. If you've seen any of the sequels, the 2 and 3, let us know. Tell us what sports movies you like. If you like actual sports movies or just comedies like us, let us know down in the comments. And we'll see you in the future.
To talk more about the past and play ball. Oh no!
Oh no! It rolled into the beast pen.
We gotta get it back. That was a gift.